Imphal East within 7 days. Application should be addressed to General Manager Mami TV. Date for interview will be announced on the Mami TV channels.
First news headlines. Youth Affairs and Sports Minister Letpao Haokip joins BJP in New Delhi. Union Minister Bhupendra Yadav welcomes Letpao. The Kendrejit's patriotism should be instilled in future generations so that they can sacrifice for motherland, says former Chief Minister O. Ibobi. And bomb suspected to be IED explodes at Telepathy, no casualty reported. Hello and good evening. You're watching Mami TV English News Bulletin. I'm KABITA TONGBRAM. Now the news in details. Just about 2 months ahead of the elections to the 12th Manipur Legislative Assembly, the BJP-led ruling coalition government has seen a major defection among the ruling parties, with Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports and Irrigation and Flood Control Letpao Haokip leaving National People's Party and joining the Bharatiya Janata Party today. He joined the BJP at the headquarters of BJP in New Delhi in the presence of Union Minister of Labour and Employment, Forest and Climate Change Bhupendra Yadav, who is also BJP in charge of Manipur, National Spokesperson of BJP and in charge of Manipur, Dr. Sambit Patra. Bhupendra Yadav welcomed Letpao Haokip to the BJP. Elected from Chandal Assembly constituency on NPP ticket in 2017 election, Letpao Haokip has been one of the 2 NPP ministers in Chief Minister and Biren's Council of Ministers since the coalition came to power in 2017. After joining BJP, Letpao Haokip said he joined the BJP as under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the North-East region and Manipur will be developed.
पायरिबा सरकार से अचौबा पार्टी सिगा चुंगसिनरगा तौदरगदी मणिपुरदा अहोंबा अमदी चौखत खोंथांगी अकनबा थबक पाइखत पंगमदबगी ममी अमा तारकपसिदा एना अचौबा पार्टी अमदी हौजे हौजिक सेंट्रल दा गवर्नमेंट लेबा पार्टी सि अचौबा पार्टी अमगा मोदी जीगा अमित शाह ना नॉर्थ ईस्ट पु याम लूना खनबिरकपा सानरोइसिंग लोन तौबेरकपा अमदी थाइना मतम कयादा अखोय नॉर्थ ईस्ट कांगबु चतप कांदा यामना हंदना तोंगाना येंबा मित्तु ngasiदी मोइगी अखोयगी नॉर्थ ईस्ट की कांगबु की प्रोटेक्शन की सेल अमसु हांगदोकपीदना अफबा इंडिया यूनाइटेड इंडिया अमा सिमगतनबदा होनबगी वखललोन सि चंगसलपसिदा एगी वखललोनदसु मसि यानिंगदना.
Leader of Congress Legislative Party and ex-Chief Minister Okram Ibobi has expressed the need to make the youth emulate the sense of patriotism that Yuvraj Kendrejit had and sacrifice for the welfare of the state. He was speaking at the 165th birth anniversary of Yuvraj Kendrejit organized by Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee at Congress Bhavan today. Speaking further, the GLP leader stated that MPCC has been observing the birth anniversary of Yuvraj Kendrejit, who fought for the motherland and even sacrificed his life to protect the land from the British Empire, which is globally known as the empire on which the sun never sets. Ibobi stated that youths must emulate the patriotism of the Kendrejit and said that such love for motherland will help in building a strong Manipur. Speaking on the rising poll-related violence in the state, Ibobi said such situation had never happened in the past, stating that intimidation and violence can never lead to conduct a peaceful and fair election. He urged all the concerned to give the people the freedom to exercise their democratic rights and choose their rights representatives.
Maray bakningba Jubaraj Bir candidate ki Samaga Humfumangarak Shuba Haibatare Magi Mapok Numitsidida Akoi Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee na Sinvi Langviduna Mahaki Mafamda Tawiman Kungba Utpa Ikai Kunava Utpa Haibatare. Prichibi the quiet Himapan Kalava British Foba British Samaj to India de Tantokraga Ninka Tamba Pankribaduni Aduna Mashi Laibak Tiba Haibatare. Handaki election se hana ongta oigidriba mawongda violence na hana hobuse tawbiganu masi strongest time the Congress party di condemn tawi masi tawbiganu.
A suspected IED bomb exploded at Telepathy in Wankai Assembly constituency in the wee hours this morning. According to police reports, the bomb exploded in front of a Galamal godown at Telepathy owned by one Ramnath Sahu, 75 years old, son of late Vishwanath Sahu of Telepathy. No casualties were reported. Meanwhile, an accidental fire broke out in a building located on Tidim Road at Kashampat Laimazam Laikai around 3:20 p.m. today. The fire is suspected to have been caused by a short circuit on the first floor of a building owned by Yumnam Indrakumar, who is said to be Assistant Commander of the 7th MR. As soon as the report of the fire was received, fire service team of the Manipur Fire Service immediately rushed to the site and fought the fire. The fire service team extinguished the fire before it could spread to other neighboring buildings. How much properties had been destroyed by the fire is yet to be established. President of Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee and MLA of Nambol Assembly constituency and Loken has challenged BJP and maintained that it can never carry out the works taken up by the Congress party even if the BJP is in power for 30 years. The MPCC president was speaking at the reception of Congress intending candidate of Sekmai Assembly constituency and Popilal and crucial members of BJP Kaksing Mandal who joined the Congress party. Around 60 entrants were felicitated at the event held at Congress Bhavan. Speaking further, Loken alleged that the present BJP-led government has not taken up any initiative for the educated youth of the state, following which many educated youths have been demotivated, he said, maintaining that it cannot be claimed that the startup and stand-up schemes have improved the status of the unemployed youth. He stated that the government has not been able to provide job security to the youth. Loken also announced that the Congress party has prepared its election manifesto focusing on strategies to provide employment opportunities to the youth, to boost their income and other strategies to usher in developmental changes in the state. Loken also stated that the Congress party will release its election manifesto in the first week of January 2022. A sit-in was staged at Wangu Nongyaikong Bazaar in Kakching district in support of Scheduled Tribe Demand Committee Manipur STDCM's agitation demanding the state government to send recommendation to the Centre for inclusion of Meitei in the ST list of the Indian Constitution. Speaking at the protest demonstration, Secretary of STDCM Kakching District Sanasam Bormani said that the committee will continue carrying out different forms of agitations until its long-standing demand is fulfilled. He demanded the state government to send the recommendation to the centre to fulfill the legitimate demand of the STDCM at the earliest and to safeguard the indigenous Meitei community.
Scheduled Tribe Demand Committee of Manipur Lokalakpa Matamadi Akal Makonjo Kuning Muktasu Lamda Masuki Miana Iramda Masigi ꯃꯥꯡꯈ꯭ꯔꯒꯗꯕ ꯃꯩꯇꯩ ꯐꯨꯔꯨꯞ ꯑꯁꯤꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛ ꯈꯜꯂꯒ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯆꯞ ꯆꯥꯅ ꯇꯧꯐꯝ ꯊꯣꯛꯄꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯇꯧꯖꯒꯅꯤ.
A leader must possess the quality to admit their fault publicly, said Ningthozam Roshan, brother of late Ningthozam Rohit, who died in an election-related incident on December 21 at Hairok Part 2, Mayai Laikai. Addressing a press meet held today at Manipur Press Club, he said it is unfortunate that MLA of the constituency proudly said that his brother is not related to the incident as if he had witnessed the whole incident. Even though he was out of station during the time, everyone who survived the incident is well aware about his presence. Rather than saying anything to save oneself by believing some individuals, he appealed to the MLA to give a just statement by being a people's representative. Roshan also appealed to his workers not to spread false rumor on social media, which can further instigate the people.
Hairok SCG MLA Radeshamna Laikidaba Inon Pasi Matanga Tambiri Bawafum Mase Matom Morom Kang the Bawafum Karatambi Baitare Mahakse Laikidaba Numishida Zoo Laite Mapandale Aduga Mina Tamba Pau Karataraga Pangang Dangamba Masana Kango was Natava Luga Nasagi Magi Manon Pasi and a day Adegi Magi Wakars in a Togdena Hek Haubagadi Mayamna Selame Pimu Setmana Tobani Maga Sida Karim to Marila in a day Kotiana Press no talk Tanadagi, Hiroki Mohogi Mandalna Kaina talk Tanatawe. Ahan Badadi, as a minor Tamambasina, no Niki Matunda di, Mai Manong passes Sumya Yog de Nachele.
The election campaign of Congress intending candidate of Lamlai Assembly constituency in the upcoming State General Assembly elections, Achoijan Divain was launched with a motorcycle rally today. Vice President of Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee, K.H. Devdatta, launched the campaign attended by a large number of people of the constituency. Speaking on the occasion, K.H. Devdatta stated that Achoibam Divain is a candidate whose sole intention is to work for the welfare of the people and the society. As such, the Congress decided to fill him as a candidate of the party.
Enforcement Directorate ke CBI ke case punamak mamutana moi lotion bangam dabje chai hum da kari ngami moi lokta ke scandal ke kari finding lere hoji pauda mi bu haras toba sarkar pairang ngamme dana toba aduga Manipur manung do so ngasi mari manga ni mamung da thoiba civil liberties ma mangaliba journalist ma phajal NSA thamjanba amukta thok toba thodok mayam se masi matung da thorak tanaba Ganatantra ke Lebaki Rajniti ke aduga akhoi ke democracy ke rule of law ke ain ke matung lebak panba channel on se amuk hanjana with the Congress party na afaba akan ba lebak ke namda kathok pangan ba candidate mayam khalaga khoi thaga chana honabane.
Divain stated that the motorcycle rally was organized with an objective to eradicate poverty and bring developmental changes in Lamlai Assembly constituency. He assured that if he wins the elections, he will take up steps to provide 0.5 land area to families who own no land in the constituency, and houses will be constructed for the homeless. Besides, he will work on setting up proper irrigation and also introduce special scheme for the widows. The ban also is sure to provide pension benefits to elderly persons above 60 years.
Aigi vision, aigi pandam, lamlai kenda da laira ba kuhonba, lamlai kenda da saukhatba, lamlai kenda awonba, amadi lambi thong patri jingje matanga chana ba lambi thong chemba, sanabati pamba, leitabana marum oigana sanaba pamdaba jingje, masi free of cost da koina sanaba piba. Amadi hagwat liba mahiro singje masi puning thagwat poina class 10 amadi 12 ki akhoi lairiba mahiro singje puning thagwat poina sahi khuding price pijagani.
Election poster and manifesto of Achoibam Divain was also released on the occasion. BJP intending candidate of Moirang Assembly constituency M. Prithviraj has launched Aigi Imung, BJP Gi Imung in different parts of the constituency. As a part of the campaign, flag-off of the Saffron Party were hoisted at the residences of Ayekpam Joysandra at polling station number 27 by 1, Phuvala Awang Maning Laikai, and Oinam Kishorjit at Phuvala Awang Mamang Laikai. Later, party stickers and report cards were distributed during the house-to-house campaign. Speaking at the public meeting held in connection with the launching of the campaign, and Prithviraj said BJP candidates for the upcoming elections have been selected after proper survey. The list of the candidates will be announced as soon as the election code of conduct comes into force, he said.
Parliamentary Committee election BJP ke na loi na survey loi any time karamba kendra karamba candidate puthokani hai base loi na ready de lai khara karamba kendra da sitting MLA da loi mo pini hamgi guarantee ma ta laite kanana karamba kendra da hobi chahi mari makai da manga da kari thabak tawi praja ga ya chapmin na libra development work present tawlibra hobi lok sabha election da karamba Kendra da BJP ki kamaina mihut singna karamba phibam da laiki haibne sijel loina ma analysis tawro matung da ticket du suksoi soidra yam thuba makdam ta lathorani.
Gold medalist at 27th National Thangta Championship 2021, Puinabati Angom was felicitated today. The championship was held at New Indoor Sports Stadium and MA Stadium at Jammu and Kashmir on December 18 to 21. Puinabati is daughter of Angom Ibungo and A. Ibemcha of Torbung Bazar. Speaking on the occasion, she credited her gold medal win at the championship to her teachers, parents and elders of the locality. Lamenting that the negligence by the state government towards the martial arts, she said, Jammu Kashmir government gives many opportunities to Thangta players. As such, she hoped that the state government will provide them with the same opportunities.
aduga ai sida wa ba thina gi ba tar ga di paisa nu sa gi budi thoina wa ba thina gi de ima ba na support to bi ba gi adu bu journey cha pasu dum nu nga ki hala pasu sa ki basu aduga government na thang ta je khoi gi phajana yim gi da ba gi type to tawe aduga jk gi di asuki mate ginsen bi ko facility am bi adu facilities in ko manipur le su khar pi an ni.
The championship was organized by Jammu and Kashmir Thangta Association under the sponsorship of Jammu and Kashmir State Sports Council and Jammu and Kashmir Thangta Federation of India. Puinabati Angom won the gold medal at the championship in 60 weight category after defeating players from 6 states of India. The two-day discourse on Sanamahism, Sanamahi Lining, Kanglon Khana Nainaba, organized by Jiri Apunba Sanamahi Lining Lup, Jiri concluded at Lairembi Laikai Sanamahi Sanglen today. Adaksha Jiribam KH Janaki, leader of Sanamahi Lining Lup, Shami Punbi, Lalmani Mangang, advisor of Umang Lai Ngaksel Lup, Lakhipur, Kasar, Assam, Sagapam Biren, leader of Maitei Ina Thawalo, Jiri Thaunauzam Kumba Luang, and leader of Sanamahi Lining Purup, and Lamlen Atingbi Laima Pokpam Punshiba Luang were main guests at the event. Religious specialists from Imphal, More, Kasar, Hozai, and Tripura, including Dr. Sagol Semblan Chenbam, Ngarian Bam Komba, Ilang Bam Chauba, Moirangthem Megachandra, Koribam Santa Angom and Hamom Dhoni also took part in the program. Speaking on the occasion, K. Janaki appealed to attendees at the program to jointly work towards reviving the age-old religion. It's time for a short break. We'll be right back.
of success for your children, get enrolled to one of the finest schools in Northeast India, UNESCO School. Excellence in Education.
Welcome back. India reported 9,195 new coronavirus cases on Tuesday, with 302 fresh fatalities in the 24 hours, according to the data released by the Health Ministry. The active caseload of the country now stands at 77,002. The number of deaths from the COVID-19 infection climbed to 4,80,592. As many as 7,347 people recovered from the viral disease in the last 24 hours, taking the total number of recoveries to 3.42 crore. The recovery rate has soared to 98.40%, the highest since March 2020. Under the ongoing COVID-19 nationwide vaccination drive, as many as 143.15 crore vaccine doses have been administered so far in the country. Meanwhile, the Omicron cases in India reached 781 today, with Delhi reporting the maximum number of cases. As many as 241 patients in the country have recovered from the infection. The Army has agreed to give access to Nagaland's Special Investigation Team (SIT) to examine and record the statements of officers and Jawans who were involved in an ambush that went horribly wrong on December 4, which claimed the lives of 14 civilians. A soldier died in a subsequent attack by villagers who surrounded the Jawans in anger. According to media reports, the Nagaland SIT is likely to complete recording the statements of the 21 Para-Special Forces soldiers this week. It's not yet clear if the soldiers will be interrogated by the SIT or they will only submit prepared statements. The team has been expanded from 8 members to 24 officers to speed up the probe. Sources said, adding the Vigor team includes 5 Indian Police Service officers. It has been further divided into 7 teams. The Ministry of Defense ban on the import of 2,851 items that were till now being procured from abroad will save up to Rs 3,000 crore each year, the government has stated. The government's initiative to minimize imports is aimed at self-reliance in the defense sector. On December 27, the Ministry of Defense came out with a notification adding 2,500 items that have been indigenized and another 351 that will be added to the list. This is the third such list that includes mostly spare parts and subsystems for defense platforms that will now be manufactured in India. Earlier, 2 positive indigenization lists of 209 weapons, defense platforms and ammunition have already been notified by the Department of Military Affairs. This list of items banned for imports will be implemented between December 2021 and December 2025, reports said. Before we wind up, let's have a look at the top stories once again. Youth Affairs and Sports Minister Letpao Haokip joins BJP in New Delhi. Union Minister Bhupendra Yadav welcomes Letpao. The Kendriji's patriotism should be instilled in future generations so that they can sacrifice for motherland, says former Chief Minister Ibobi. And bomb suspected to be IED explodes at Telepathy, no casualty reported. That's all for today's news. Keep watching Mami TV for latest news updates. Thanks for watching.